Window installation take 2. First thing you have to do is figure out where you want to put the window. The problem with putting the window in a Ford Transit Connect is the door's angled, and if you see where she's putting it, there's a little window within a window within a window. So if you don't center it properly, and then the windows you buy, it depends on the windows you buy. If you have custom windows made and you can wait half a year, they'll make it to the thickness of your van. But in our case, I had to build and cut out this to fit inside of that, because the windows that you buy that are just stock windows for just any RV are made for a larger wall. So you have to build a wall. So our problem is getting everything lined up before I cut the hole. Already got one in, and I won't tell you what a nightmare it was, but I was going to film that one, but with all the cussing, it just would have been me cussing and throwing stuff and scraps of wood everywhere. So now we're putting in the second one. This is how we're doing it. We're getting the window centered and placed and measured. That's the piece that we cut. It's a 1-inch piece of edge glued wood that was like, it's a spacer is basically what it is. And then we got to drill through. This is what the window looks like. This window's in. We took a while for that. This is the window. This is a $150 Recpro window. It's got the screen on it, slides open, tinted. But see, the thickness is a problem for this van. They make windows for this van, but they're like $450 each, and you have to remove this whole panel. So there are places on this whole panel. It's a little harder to almost install, but then you have to deal with, there's no screen on the window, so I got to build a screen in. What's the point? I want screens. I'm going to be in areas with a lot of bugs. So, and plus these windows were $150 each, and I like the little tiny, I don't like the giant windows on there. So this is what we went with, and they're very hard to get in. But we're going to cut them out. We're going to put this one in. This is how we're installing it. But getting it centered to make sure that that thing has the most wood on it, the equal amount of wood on every side to fit within that lip. There's a lip on this thing. That's what makes it hard. And that's the smallest window we could get. They make some real tiny ones, but they're not going to be big enough. And the big ones are way too big. So that's our next we'll be cutting. We'll move it down. Hold on, let me get this. And try to hold it there, and then you just try to get the end. And it's either going to be a disaster or it's going to work. Watch your fingers in there. Let it rip. Let it start moving fast before you cut into it. But let off, and that's it. Except for that little piece. Just give it a little touch. Tap the brakes. Yeah, go downward like that. That's perfect. There it is. A permanent window. Well, let's see if we made it right. Good job. $39 Ryobi saw. Wife that likes to cut stuff. Okay, we're putting it on. Go around that. Well, I guess you could do it like that.
What do you want to do?
I'd go along the edge and put a big thick bead, like we did last time. Really thick. Yeah. So we're going to put this in. Recpro puts a foam tape along here, and so you don't need any sealant. But because this window is not made, it's made for a flatter surface. There's a little bit of the van contour that needs to be fixed by caulking. Plus this is 4200 marine sealant, which is really waterproof, really sunproof. So that's what we're gonna go with. So I cleaned all that off. And we're gonna do our best to make it fit. Basically this ring goes around the whole window from the inside. It's got the screw holes. And then you've got this lip. And they give you the screws, which I have in the van. They said they're self-tapping, but man, I could not get them self-tapped with my impact driver, my screwdriver, anything. So I drill little tiny pilot holes. Let's do this right in. They gotta get right in the channel when you do it, otherwise you're screwed. Okie dokie. How's it looking?
Looks good. Definitely tight on the side.
All right, it's coming in a sec. I got a couple more to go. Okay. See, it bends. I don't like that, but I'm not going to be able to pull out on it. So it's holding.
I'm going to run a bead of copper on the top.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so let me keep going here. I'm almost done with that part of it. Okay, there's the finished product. It's in. It's pretty tight. So far no leaking. It is winter, so we only had a couple of light rains, so we're going to have to double check. But I think we're going to be good. So that's the install of the Recpro window. It's like a universal window. It's not made for this van, but to get a window made for this van is not going to be easy. And it's a long, long wait if you want to have one custom built. There is one window they make that is this whole panel. You remove this whole panel and then it goes in. But it's a good 400 and something bucks. And it has no screen, so the screen was the deal breaker for me. If I'm going to spend that kind of money and go through that kind of craziness, not worth it for me. Because the bed's right here, and we're laying, like, we can reach up and open or close the window if it rains. Although her side's going to have the awning, so even if it rains, she can leave hers open. But it's just much easier to have these kind of windows in here. The main thing is the wall thickness going in. You got to put a spacer, and that's how we did it. So that's the install. It was fun. Wouldn't want to do it again. I'm going to post this on YouTube since everybody had so many good videos of everything else. They didn't really have a video of going in a Ford Transit Connect. The bigger Ford Transit vans are a lot easier. The walls are straight, and they have plenty of space in between, whereas this was a circle within a circle within a circle that you had to fit the window in and straighten everything out. So it wasn't an easy install, and this is the way we did it. It wasn't perfect, but it got in there and we're ready to go. So I'm going to post a van build video, like a tour. I took a lot of pictures. We didn't take a lot of video doing the van, but I'll definitely post a van tour later. So that's it.